Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm on chess.com and I am playing a game against the mighty Hutch, who off to the side is saying, good luck. I will wish him not luck. Have fun. Okay, this is a buddy. We haven't played a game in 2 years. I'm going to go for some anti-Sicilian. Try bishop b5. It's very easy to misplay this on the black end if you're not familiar with the certain structure, doubled c pawns. A knight's pinned. I think I'm going to just castle. Considering h3, looking to restrict the bishop, but I'm going to go with something a little bit different. I'll play rook e1. This is a 5-0 time control, and I'm preparing to drop the bishop back to f1 if it's challenged with a6. Queen b6 seems kind of early to bring the queen out. I could do something fancy like knight c3 and on a6, knight d5, looking for a fork. But I really don't know how much of an inconvenience that is. And we'll still try it. It's a developing move, so it can't be so bad. One of the ideas I no longer have available to me is a central expansion with c3 and d4. I'm expecting a6. They're not going in for that. Black's neglected up into this last move development of the king side. Playing this would not be good now. Maybe I could... Let's just drop all the way back. Also, I should probably be a bit careful with my time here, huh? Don't have any increment. Yeah, probably e6 is good. I'm going with that. Let's fianchetto. I like that idea. Playing very fast. I don't like this. Let's go with h3. I have a good structure. Let's drop my knight in there. Hitting the queen, hitting on f6. I'm just looking to weaken their king side with this. Get rid of the dark square bishop. Let's see. I really don't think you could do without this. Okay, so now there's some issue with their queen, actually, who runs the risk of being trapped, actually. She is pretty short on squares. How's Black going to react to that? I have a couple interesting options. Could just take here, give a check, and then play a3. Or just play a3 straight away. They are in a pin right now. Yeah, I think I could play a3. And on knight takes knight, I could play first bishop takes bishop, king takes. Well, many different things. Let's maybe go with a3 first. Yeah, let's go with this. Just taking advantage of the pin. So on knight takes knight, what I could do is just take here, because that's a double attack against the queen. Have I miscalculated, actually? I may have miscalculated. Whoops, I think I miscalculated. Actually, I mean, I didn't plan this, but it's actually going to work out. Kinda lucked out here. On bishop takes bishop, I could take with the pawn. And actually, I did a little bit more miscalculation. The knight is not trapped. I'm not down any material. with this sequence, but I could have done better to win some material. Okay, they should have taken here, so now I'm going to win a piece. So let's take here first, expose their king. He's vulnerable on that diagonal now, so I'm up a piece. And I'm just looking to maybe grab another piece, right? Another pawn. It's a pretty significant one. And probably getting the queen on this dark diagonal would be nice. If my rook is challenged, I'm guessing queen e2. Hutch has been a big promoter of the game for some time. Has a nice presence online. Thinking d3 or just queen e2, or what's wrong with getting another pawn here? Start going into Pac-Man mode some on the 7th rank. This also makes way for queen a1, delivering a check. I'm certainly welcome to some exchanges here, being up material. Just trying to keep it as clean as possible. I think that's a good start. Biggest enemy is the usual case here at the time. So I'm piling up on f7. And I really like a queen trade. Let's give this check, see how they react. Okay, now I could really sneak my queen in. Queen f6. She is unprotected, but there's no bishop move with the discovery. We're under a minute. So I'm guessing the only way to defend is bishop g6. I don't think I really took advantage. Let's just trade queens and secure my c2 pawn. And let's just trade down. They're in a pickle. They have to defend the f7 pawn. Getting active with the rooks. I don't like that. So let's just neutralize any attack. And a winning idea could be just to pinpoint this with my bishop, and I could go about it by way of g5, g4, and then e6. And that's what we're going to have next. So I guess they have to try and get out of the pin. Right now with king f6. Yeah, let's look for some more trades, otherwise I'm picking up another pawn. Alright, scoop him up. And now they're back in the pin. So I could fire away at f7. 44 seconds. Hutch was wanting to know if he improved some. It's been some time, so now we have a discover check going on. I could scoop him up and then win this ending. Get the king central. He's playing on straight to the end. Could make multiple pre-moves. There are only kings left. And then push my favorite pawn to victory. And there we go. Been a while playing against my buddy Hutch. One game. Let me just go back. I'm not going to look at this with the computer. As mentioned, I didn't think queen b6 was a good idea. Let me actually go into the analysis board so I could highlight some squares real quick. This queen b6 was a bit early, and I think if I could do it over again, I don't think I would be going for knight to c3. I think in the back of my mind I was really playing hope chess, which I really not really the correct approach. This was what I was pointing out, a6. If a6 was played, I have knight d5, and on queen takes bishop, there's a fork. But, I mean, the simple and good move that was played, knight f6, stops any of that idea. Knight d5, first capture, and then I don't have the fork anymore, there's no knight around. So what should I have done here? I think I should have reacted to queen b6, just as I would have if a6 was played. Or in other words, I think I should have made use of f1, the purpose I had behind rook to e1, so I should have dropped back, and then looked for c3 and then d4. And I may actually want to insert this move, just so there's no bishop pin, and then slowly go in for this build up in the center. And maybe only at a later point can I make use of this awkward queen post. For example, once the d-pawn moves, bishop e3 might be useful. So I wouldn't be going with knight c3. If I could do it over again, I would drop back to f1 with the bishop. And then when things heated up right around here, I don't believe black should have lost a piece. I could have done better right around this point. Yeah, what I should be doing is taking here with check, which stops this move, capture my knight, and then play a3. And then I'm officially going to win that knight. Even if the knight is challenged, I could take here first, and it's even a double attack against the queen. So that's the way I should have won a piece. What should black have done here? Well, actually they're in trouble with queen to a5. After knight d5, knight takes knight is necessary. And then I was going to take here, king takes, pawn takes. And actually it's still a bit of a struggle. I'm ready to get this pawn after the knight moves. If he goes, I could take here. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, and it has to do really with the queen placement. And also, this is maybe, I don't know, it's a case of going from a closed file to another closed file. There's probably something a bit more purposeful. I don't know. It's too early of a queen move. I didn't mean to go all the way back. Once we got to this point here, when the black was in a pin, after this capture, after I took the knight, instead of the queen move, what should be played is bishop takes bishop. And now on pawn takes knight, there's queen takes rook. And I'm actually down, I would be down the exchange if I went in for that. So bishop takes bishop, I would basically just have to recapture. And then, as mentioned during the game, I thought the knight was trapped. Not the case. He does have one square. It's on the edge, but at least black is maintaining that minor piece. And yeah, we still go from here. I still like my position with this space. Rook on a nice file. The knight is a little bit awkward. I don't know if I want to take this pawn. Maybe. Or maybe something simpler, actually. I think a good plan here could be queen d2 to not only defend the pawn, but also threaten to infiltrate on these dark squares that are now weakened without black having the dark square bishop. Ideas of queen h6 coupled with knight g5 converging on h7 come to mind. Rook here to defend the pawn. Ooh, maybe there's even a way that black could defend if I'm going quick for this. Queen g7. Well, another way to do it would be at this point to first play b4, and after takes only now this, because there isn't a quick track to the g7 square. Grab the pawn, this is big trouble. But as it was played out, black played queen b6, and now I'm just up a minor piece. And once it gets to a point like this where you're up material, main idea is to just trade. Keep it really, really simple. Straight down to king and pawn versus, well, king and multiple pawns, and even a bishop in this case versus a lone king. And then from here it's just a matter of pushing through. Played right to the end there. Our once every 2 years game against the mighty Hutch. Feel free, as usual, to leave any feedback to this video. It's a little bit different than the norm. And as usual, I hope you got something out of it. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.